here we are again, Davos 2025, our annual get-together. This year, we've heard a lot about AI. Everybody was talking last year, LLMs, large language models, we've seen that. You are moving to LQMs. Tell us a little bit more about that. Why? What's the difference?
Tassos, first of all, great to be here with you again. This is our tradition. We're coming together with the YPO community, with the wider WEF community. Great to be here and really to think about what is the future, what is over the horizon. We know, of course, large language models have had already a major impact in terms of customer service, in terms of reducing costs, in terms of code writing, co-piloting, in terms of writing code. But what is next? And what's next is really not the large language models, but large quantitative models. And so when we think about not just cost cutting, but value creation, if we're a biopharma company, we want to make a new medicine for Alzheimer's, for cancer, for Parkinson's, for dementia. These are areas we need innovation. We're not really going to get that from a language model trained on the corpus of words. We need an AI, Tassos, that's trained on chemistry, biology, pharmacology, and physics itself. This is what large quantitative models deliver. The outcomes we're looking for are new medicines, faster, less expensive, and trials that have more success. Today, right now, before AI in the picture, we're looking at clinical trials with 90% failure rates today around the world. We must change this model. LQMs can have an impact on there and also in areas such as energy and our climate and sustainability.
And Jack, sorry on that, but big news, LLMs, more energy, not enough energy, stress on grids, LQMs are coming in. How do we address that energy? How can we best find ways to make this sustainable? Because it's there to stay. How do we do this?
Yeah. So recently there was a majlis, a gathering in Abu Dhabi that Dr. Sultan Al Jaber, the head of ADNOC, brought us together. He brought the energy companies of the world, he brought AI companies of the world, he brought other stakeholders into one room. And it was one of the first times we really had a meeting of the minds. It was Chatham House rules, it was off the record, and we really got into it about how can we strike a path forward that would provide enough energy for the world, but also all these data centers and all the training and compute that we need. I think the good news is a willingness to work together, willingness to do an all the above strategy. We don't just need one kind of energy source, but multiple kinds of energy source. Of course, we want to see renewables be a part of that, but for renewables to be part of that, we must also focus on battery storage. And this means, again, with LQMs, devising new battery chemistries beyond just lithium ion. The bigger market for batteries, Tassos, is not electric vehicles. It's stationary batteries for buildings such as data centers, such as hospitals, such as government buildings, that can actually take that intermittent energy and turn it into baseload energy. This is a critical program for the next 5 years. So AI and energy, a fundamental question, but one I think we need a lot of ingenuity, and AI itself needs to help us.
And Jack, energy is one, but to create all these models, you need human capital, right? And one of the biggest problems today is actually finding the people, training the people to be able to deliver these algorithms, to be able to get those lovely LQMs. How are you dealing with that? It's not an easy task.
Tassos, I want to point to two areas of human capital that we really should focus on. First is the bilinguals. I'm not talking about bilinguals in terms of two languages speaking, but two areas, two domains. More and more, what's needed in our society are people with the domain expertise, for example, in biopharma or chemistry or finance, but also with enough knowledge of AI and compute that they can bring it two together. They can be the translators at the border of those two disciplines coming together. So we need to train more and more people in being a bilingual. That is not the way we train people today in universities. We incentivize people to be specialized in only one area. And we're gonna have to push people beyond their comfort zone. What we're doing at SandboxAQ in this area is hosting the residency program. As many people viewing know, we are now in 45 universities, hosting master's and PhD students, sometimes even undergraduates. We're doing that from a wide variety of disciplines, bringing them into the company for 3 months, 6 months, a year, and giving them exposure to this cross-nexus of different disciplines, then sending them back to finish their degree so they can go out into the world to be these bilinguals. So that's the first area that we must really focus on there. The second, though, is entrepreneurship. We're moving into a world right now where you don't need that many people to run a company. The traditional way of thinking about it is, I need 10,000, 100,000, 200,000 people to scale a company. That is not going to be the case 10, 20 years from now. So more and more people will graduate with degrees from great universities, lots of knowledge, but there's no jobs for them because it's more efficient now to run a large-scale company. So now what we need to do is provide them access and training in entrepreneurship. More and more, we're going to have to expect people with STEM degrees or other degrees to actually start companies themselves. Now, maybe those companies can get bought by the big companies, but they're going to have to go strike out on their own, know how to raise capital, know how to inspire a team, know how to attract great skills from different disciplines to that one team. These are two areas, bilingual and entrepreneurship, that we don't see happening enough right now in our universities. We're doing our part, but we hope others will join us as well, Tassos.
Jack, as always inspiring, what I see in you is AI is coming. You're one of the people that really gets it. You're always evolving. You're always finding the right people. And you and I had a panel with David Rubenstein who said he's invested in you because he doesn't understand AI. Well, I think in Jack we trust.
Thank
Go
you,
ahead
Tassos.
and looking forward to next year and hearing what you're doing. Thank you, Jack.
Thank you, Tassos.
Real
Great
pleasure.
to see you.
Thank you.